How I do Instagram and make a living off of it in 2020. Hello everybody and welcome to the Growth Masters Academy. On this channel, I'm going to teach you all how to grow on social media and how I've been able to make this my main job. In this video, I just want to briefly walk through what it is I do on a day-to-day basis and also explain to you guys what I plan on doing with the channel. So without further ado, here it is. I manage Instagram accounts and also some accounts on various other social media platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and sometimes even Pinterest or Spotify. But almost all the accounts I manage are mine and mine alone, and this can be surprisingly lucrative. So at this point on Instagram, I run about 250 accounts with a combined 43 million followers, and yeah, it pays the bills quite well. And I don't want to put the exact numbers out, but it's somewhere in the middle between 5 and 6 digits each month. So of course this fluctuates a lot, but okay. And I know you might have questions like, okay, what stuff do you post and how does it all work, or how do I have time to post on so many different accounts and all of that? Well, I'll get into all of that in different videos, as it is not as simple as it might seem, yet it is very much possible. However, the core of it comes down to the fact that I managed to come up with a system to consistently grow accounts and heavily scale them. So sometimes I literally start up an account and 2 weeks later there are 10,000 followers, which makes the whole process a lot simpler rather than having to really go step by step getting one follower every day and stuff. And I even have some accounts growing with 6,000 to 8,000 followers per day. Later on in another video, I'll show you guys all about that account because it's very, very interesting. And the growth part is a good chunk of the work, but the second part, of course, is the money-making part. And there are at least 10 different ways that I monetize my accounts, but one of those is just simple, plain Jane advertisements. People just come into my DM box, so yeah, they just send me a message offering me some money to promote their Instagram or product or whatever. And on a completely different end, I've also helped some local shops with growing their business through social media. And funny enough, there is also a very satisfying feeling in knowing that you have a lot of influence. If I was hungry for attention, I could probably quite easily get a lot of followers on a personal page, but as you might have already kind of seen or guessed, I do not really care for things like that. I'm not here for fame or status in that sense. I just do it because, well, I really enjoy it all. I'm really grateful it has replaced my normal main job. And, I just noticed that with my mother and really friends around me, that people can really change their lives with what I can teach them. And that's kind of what got me focused on now trying to make some content for all you guys and trying to help out. I don't know if you guys know and where I'll be sharing this, but I also have a crypto channel, and a lot of the people watching there, I noticed they would like another way to earn some income to possibly get themselves more investment capital. Again, that's what these things are going to be for. Hopefully I can teach some people a thing or two, but we'll see. Now, I know that some of the people watching will be skeptical about how much of this is true, but all I'll say for now is just make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll literally show you all there is to it. So just wait to that. With time, I'll be sharing you guys all the videos and the screenshots you'll need to motivate yourself and stuff you're going to need to grind the out of these accounts and get a lot of followers. Also consider this is my first video on a brand new channel, and really, realistically speaking here, the only people going to be watching this are you, me, a couple of friends, and maybe my neighbor's cat. I have no reason to be dishonest here, as I don't think there's anything to gain from it whatsoever. So yeah, the purpose of the channel, by the way, is not to grow any following like that. It's not what I'm meaning to do. It's not to brag about my earnings or brag about the growth. I just kind of never want to talk about my earnings again or about the amount of followers if we don't have to, because it puts me at a little bit of a risk. I don't really like to expose myself like that, but I thought in the introduction, just once, I'll talk to you guys a little bit about it. And the main purpose is really just to teach you how to change your life around with just a couple of minutes every day. Because, yeah, it is that simple. I normally work on this business about, I would say, 3 to 6 hours each day. But that's really because I choose to spend more time in figuring out new things and, working extra time to come up with a new way of doing something and just trying things out all the time. If I were to go for minimum effort and, maybe allow a 15% reduction in income, I could probably get away with just doing this for 15 minutes a day. And the more fun part about it all is that the more time you spend, of course, the more time you'll earn, or the more money you'll earn. But also at a different end, all the time is basically spent watching other people's videos. That it's kind of crazy because I don't really consider it work at all. It's like you just watch other people's stuff and you kind of post that and that earns the bills. Is that not like a dream job? So yeah, that's at least for me. And now on the channel, I'll start from the real basics on how to make an account to the more advanced topics like what type of monetization options are out there. And I can already tell you there are a lot of different ways to monetize a page. Now, there are 2 other series that I'm working on right now, and that is a 0 to a million follower challenge and a 1,000 follower speedrun. It is because I want to showcase to you guys that anybody with a phone and an internet connection is able to get 1 million followers on social media, and it's really not that hard to get yourself started with this stuff. You can most likely, I'm going to say possibly here just to be sure, really change your life around and make a living off of this by just, keep watching it, checking out all the stuff I'm going to post here. Keep in mind that I cannot guarantee you will make any money or grow at all from all of this. That's because I don't want to be liable. But on the contrary, you could also start earning 2 weeks after creating an account. Honestly speaking, I think if you really wanted to, after a week, you can earn maybe like $20 or so instantly if you wanted to. That's if you were to want instant money and stuff like that. It is really possible. So it's kind of hard not to earn yourself a single cent with it if you wanted to, but I just don't want to be liable, so I'm going to say, can't guarantee, but I'm going to say even a baby could do it. Literally anybody from age 5 to age 95 can do this. It is not hard. It's actually very simple. You don't need to think. You don't need to do anything along those lines. If you got the steps, you got it. So again, stay watching. I'll teach you guys everything you need to know. It kind of depends though on, how fast of a learner you are, how good you are at picking up the instructions, and of course, how lucky you get. Because account growth, it is really based upon what you post, when you post it, and how you go about it. But another part is just how lucky do you get with that specific video. Sometimes I post the same content on 5 different accounts and one account blows up and the other one doesn't. Without any difference. It just sometimes happens. So that's definitely a factor. But again, the quickness of your learning, if that's even a word, will decide how fast you grow. Yet, I'm going to say right now, even if you don't know anything about phones, you can definitely do this. You will grow, most likely. But it might just take you a little bit longer to get the same results. But still, don't worry too much about it. I'll explain everything. And I literally think I can show you everything I did to get to this spot. But ultimately, of course, you're going to have to post things yourself and you're going to have to take these steps all on your own. I can just explain to you what it is that I did, what it is you could do, and then you would have to do it. Now, that was a quick introduction to my channel, and hopefully you guys are excited about what is to come as well. And I hope it is going to be a lot of fun, and who knows, maybe at some point in the future, somebody will actually pay me to help them out with this stuff, or I even create like a course or something like that. Who knows? For right now, though, all I'm going to be doing is posting some hopefully cool guides on here, and we'll definitely see from there. So yeah, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed this. Hopefully you learned something new, and I really hope you guys will come back to another video because, well, I think the first thing that's coming up is the 1,000 follower speed run because, well, I've already been posting or actually videoing a couple of parts of that, even though it's just going to be one video. The only problem is, since I do so many accounts, I kind of get distracted sometimes and, don't focus fully on just a single one, which means that most likely if you were to replicate this, you could even do it faster than I could. But you'll see, it's going to be exciting because I think you all want to know how fast you can get from 0 to 1,000 followers. And again, this whole experiment is not using any of my other accounts, not using any other thing. I'm doing a fresh, the same thing you guys would have to do if you're going to start an account. And by the way, this account is still going to be very useful for people that already have some experience with social media, so don't worry. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again in, I guess, the first video that is going to be coming up soon.